Martial arts. What is the proper way of saying martial arts?
A way to make yourself better.
No, in Chinese. The proper term for Kung Fu in Chinese is Mo Sa, which means war skill. The term Kung Fu means a high level of skill that has been developed through a long period of time with very hard work. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Hard work for a long time. Is a week a long time?
No, sir.
How about a month?
Sir, no, sir.
How about a year?
Sir, no, sir.
It takes a lifetime. It can take half a lifetime to master one style. 40, 50 years to master one style. You know, every month we come here, we get together, and we test. And as you have heard me say many times, no test is final. Every day you come to class, you are being tested. Every day you do not come to class, you are being tested. How do we test you when you don't come to class? Explain that.
You practice.
Excellent. Perfect answer. You practice. And if you don't practice, we can tell. So you are being tested all the time. All the time. As long as you are a student of the arts, you are being tested. Did he practice this weekend? For how many hours did he practice? How hard did he practice? How many forms did he do? Did he hit the bat? Did he stretch? Keep in mind, when we have these events, like today, like we have every month, keep in mind, the purpose of this is to affirm. To affirm. Yes, the student knows the movements. Does it mean that the student has perfected the movements?
No, sir.
No.
Sir.
Of course not. How are you going to perfect it in a month or 2 or 3 if it takes half a lifetime? The purpose of these events, of these testing schedules that we put together, is simply to affirm, yes, the student knows the movements. The student is qualified to continue practicing at home and perfect the movements. So the student may build his or her skill throughout the time of training. As you practice, little by little, you get stronger. You get faster. You develop coordination and balance and speed, which are qualities you did not have before. So when you come to grow, to understand, to see, not just to look. In the process, you will learn martial arts, you will learn self-respect, you will learn, as the ancients taught us, respect for your elders, respect for all forms of life. Because all forms of life are special. All forms of life are precious. And you may not take any form of life unless you are absolutely required. In Kung Fu, we say that you learn about fighting. We practice and we study the ways of war so we don't have to fight. So you don't have to fight. So you don't have to use it. So when somebody walks down the street and calls you a stupid name or something, or says something that's silly, you have the power. You have the understanding to say no. No. I'm not going to knock out his teeth. And when you grow older, and you're out, or you're at a party, and some drunk person comes up and does something not smart, you have the option, and you have the choice, and you have the power to say, no, I'm not going to put him in the hospital. I'm not going to cripple him for life. I'm going to turn around and walk away because I am a higher person. And obviously, my assailant is suffering from a problem. So it is my duty, because of my skill and my empowerment, to show compassion. Again, as my master used to always say, Gus, as the calligraphy from the Shaolin Temple says, the movements have been the same for thousands and thousands of years. The purpose is to help make the world a better place for everybody. So remember that. When you are home, and maybe you're feeling a little lazy, and you're thinking, oh, maybe I go take a nap instead of practice, or I go play some video games instead of practice, or I go play with my friends in the neighborhood instead of practice. This will not make you stronger. This will not make you better. And I would like to send a personal message to the younger practitioners. You know that I started my training with my master when I was 11, right? I was your age when I started, and I'm still practicing. I'm approaching my 60s, and I still practice. And I will continue to practice until the day that I die. But I want to tell you one thing. When you are young, time passes very, very, very slowly. When you grow older, time passes very fast. When I was your age, I used to think to myself, wow, I can't wait to grow up. I can't wait to grow up so I can do whatever I want to do. That's what I used to think. I can't wait to grow up. And then, you know what happened? I grew up. And I looked back and I says, wow, that was fast. How did that happen? Can I go back? No, I can't go back. If you live 100 years, the first 10 years of your life are simply 1/10 of your life. Consider this. You will be young for a very small period of time. And once you grow up and you you hit 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, it's over. No more playing around. It's over. At that point, you get to look back in your life as a child and say, did I accomplish something? Did I set my goals? Did I walk the path that will take me to a higher form of life? Or did I just play around like a little kid? What did I do with my time? Did I use it or did I throw it away?
Use it.
Looks like we're doing the right job, right? Thank you. So remember, take advantage of your opportunities, especially now in the year of the rat. Thank you.